Hey everyone, welcome back to more Pokemon Conquest Ultimate. Last time we were able to finish off Mitsunari's story, Not Worth Fighting Over 1. And yeah, today I'm gonna start Not Worth Fighting Over 2 with Kiyomasa. Yeah, I think it's probably for the best to just finish all of these little ones off immediately after another. Because I think that might actually unlock these characters in the other story mode, but also just gets their perfect link immediately instead of essentially not getting them until later, making them also more useful. So in Trivial Matter had caused Mitsunari, Kiyomasa, and Masanori to argue. Unable to resolve their differences, the three went their separate ways, each to a different kingdom. That was not to be the last time they would meet each other, however. Or see each other, whatever. Well, I'm the warlord of Greenleaf, and it does seem those two have managed to become warlords of Ignis and Fontaine, but I haven't forgotten what they did to me, and now it's time to make them pay. Yeah. So yeah, unlike Mitsunari, who just starts off with her perfect link King Gambit, we don't. But we do get an Infernape and a Bladeskin. So, Greenleaf, just full of natural beauty, would you say? Certainly is. It really puts a spring into your step. Well, what about the warlords and Pokemon are always gathering on those fields over there, eh? What are they up to? They're here for the nature and its healing powers, aren't they? Hey, what do you say we get to take a look at them now we get the farm? Alright, so, yeah, unlike, Mitsunari gets her perfect link immediately, we don't. And also, why did you get 5? I'm assuming you just recruited those immediately. Well, whatever. So we get to start off with a Shift Tree, an Infernape, and a Breloom, which is an interesting trio. So, yeah, because we don't just have the perfect link, I think it's probably a smart idea to try and get the perfect link first. This should be pretty doable with fighting type moves. So we probably won't take over any of the other armies until we have gotten Virizion, which is his perfect link. Verizon. So I'm going this way because going the other way would I don't really want to use a close combat immediately because that'll lower our stats. So Rampardo should be pretty doable. Hina Naga with a Draco Zolt, and Takakage with a Pangoro, at least right now with Night Slash, who could get over here immediately. So obviously the plan is to hopefully just kick this guy's ass with Breloom, which should result in us immediately getting it, which is good. We may as well grab an item, right? I believe that is a pitfall if you walk in there. Like they just did. They have Head Smash, which is pretty strong. But I think they both just put themselves in range of Breloom to immediately desecrate them both. Alright, that went well. We probably have enough time to finish this guy off now too. Because obviously we want to recruit guys quickly. I don't really want to get into the same situation as last time where we were unfortunately we unfortunately got that power boost, because that is bad. But, alright, well, you're quite a fighter, aren't you? I can't hope to compete. And agility orb or ability orb, one of the two. Breloom got a big buff, because he did kill a bunch of guys. So, the Draco's old guy, I think, is new. And this is another Shifty guy, okay. Alright, not as much variety in our team, I have to say. But hopefully once we get Virizion, we have something to take care of Crocodile, and like I said, I don't think they'll attack us until like a little later. So once again, oh here it is. That's nice. The other one is Flapple. I'm just gonna send out everyone. But yeah, that gets us Virizion, who I'm gonna assume uses a grass move and not a fighting move. So both Cradilly and Flapple are thingies, yeah. Are trainers or warriors. So we get these lats up there. Dracozolt does use a dragon move, which could be pretty decent for us. But it's nice to get it immediately in like the, you know, in the second month, because who knows how long it would otherwise take. Alright, gonna do something maybe a little strange. I'm gonna just do this mostly out of not wanting to actually like accidentally create Virizion. Alright, that is very unfortunate. But hey, we'll get Flapple nonetheless. And now I guess we just wait. I mean, he still gets his thingy off, his ability. But hopefully we can just get it straight away. I think that was impossible to get. I don't think we got enough orbs for that. Alright. But with this we can obviously scrap one of them off the list for Perfect Link. And also a legendary, like this should definitely help Kiyomasa like a ton. I don't know what like King Gambit's stats are compared to these legendaries, like who knows, they might have just given King Gambit ridiculous stats as well. But yeah, everyone gets a little increase. We can recruit both of them if we want to, but yeah, that depends on who they have. They've got Sawsbuck and Ludicolo. I think I'll take the Ludicolo and leave the Sawsbuck because we're already going to have a grass type with Virizion. Who is... it is 99%, but I think once Kiyomasa gets his evolution, he should be better. Alright, now I have a full team of 6. And that's a question of... You know, we don't really have a great way of leveling them up. If we bring less guys, maybe we get more experience, like a potential thought. We just bring these 3, and the Heracross is kind of scaring me mostly because we have nothing really super effective against it, but if we can burn it with like a Scald. Obviously Lycanroc's also very strong. I mean, we just burned that feat. That's good too. Fortifies your ability. Although I think Lycanroc might be able to reach us. Oh, so there's Glasgow. Kind of forgot about that. Oh no, he just hits us instead, but that's a one shot on that's just a straight up one shot on Ludicolo. Didn't expect that. Alright, that's like no damage. Well, she's got immunity and not. Well, actually, I'm assuming immunity is supposed to replace his otherwise the ability of poison heal. But that actually went pretty well. Those guys were really weak. Does get at least Virizion up to 9. We can recruit this guy who's got what instead of the Lycanroc? Okay, we never got this guy's perfect link, right? Lycanroc is quite good. What do we what would we replace with it? Yeah, I'm gonna replace Draco's ult. Alright, the remaining two guys are definitely not strong enough to take care of them. So we don't even get delegate. So now it's a question of what we want to do. So in my head I'm thinking, right, if we end up beating Masanori, that could be pretty good. But he's obviously pretty strong as opposed to like Mitsunari and Oishi. We can't really get you. Like Mitsunari seems like it's just the best to get. Just thinking who we do not hit super effectively. We kind of hit everyone super effectively. I'm just a little worried that maybe we're not strong enough. But let's try anyways. These aren't meant to be very long. It's just that it'll be very frustrating if they do end up just immediately getting the buff after this. Like, I hope they don't, but I'm a little afraid they will. The AI isn't that inclined to attack you, I think, early game, but it's an issue if they're just really strong, you know what I mean? So, I mean, we're looking at 7%, 30%, 10%, 9, 8, 14, and they're 9, 12, 13, 13, 9, 10, so it's relatively evenly balanced. That Zoroark is just kind of scary, if anything else. It's just a pretty strong Pokemon for so early on in the game. We'll just get everyone a bit closer. I was a little scared of the water ambush. This is fine though. The attack lowering kind of sucks, admittedly. The other guys are still pretty far away. So like, how much does this do? 46, 50, alright. Take care of you immediately, which would be really solid. Alright, that does 9 damage. Let's just do it. I'm a little afraid that Infernape might get hit for a decent bit of damage, but so be it, I guess. Or the Life Force. Also, he can hit Virizion for super effective damage too if he wants to. Virizion has kind of done its job here though. I felt like there wasn't probably a whole lot you could have done there to avoid that from happening. But you're in range now of a Rock's or a Stone Edge, not a Rock Slide. This is some good initial damage, but if Virizion falls, we're not getting Masanori, which is what it is, I guess. So far, though, we should recruit everyone that we've come across. You for a lot of damage and get you. Sure, if it decides to do, if it decides to stand on the water thing, it'll be annoying. But what can you do, right? So he decides to do what? An attack boost, and he decides to not go after Virizion, which is good for us because then we can probably finish off Crocodile with Virizion if he doesn't kill with like Grab Apple here, which he goes after Breloom. So the question is, we do about 17. This just gives us better defense. And this will probably just kill. Yeah. We do the deed exactly. I'll use the Fortify just so that we don't get crit potentially. From the side seems to do less damage, although this does enough seemingly. Alright, that probably means that we do get Masanori in our group. We might just recruit the entire team. Take down a peel that's in their way, simple. Yeah, that's a +6 for Virizion, who did a lot of work here. This went basically perfect. Okay, we were not able to recruit Crocodile. Despite having met the requirements for recruiting a warlord, this probably means that they're just unrecruitable in the storylines. So we got an Optigoon, a Ceruledge, Napoleon, and a Starmie. I don't know where I got Magneton from. But that's not bad. That's not a bad group of people. But, like, I am fully expecting them to now get a power boost, which, like, they might not attack us, but the power boost could be an issue. We did take off Masanori. Our army has grown in space, doesn't it? We go larger still, or we must go larger still. Lycan Rock will be needing our help as well. The energy of all the partners have been increased. Yeah, we're probably looking at a big old bonus for the opponent. Let's not kid ourselves. Alright, saving is taking a while, but it worked. Alright, let's see the damage. Yup. I told y'all. I don't know why this always happens. I still have to look into what makes this happen, but this seems quite unavoidable. So I'd be afraid to stand up. Like, you don't have the strength to be able to take all three of them in one go. But it depends on how much stronger they got. Last time it really wasn't that bad. Like, last time they just literally got up to our strength for about, or a little stronger than us. Alright, now, ladies and gentlemen, alright, he talks about, of course, you not being able to, I think you unlock Delegate from this. No, you don't. Okay. I feel like I remember Delegating being a thing already. Here, they've got... So, you know, 17, 19, 17, 17, 14, 13. And Oishi is... I wouldn't be surprised if Oishi is recruitable. So 17, 18, 18, 16, 16, 16. Honestly, Oishi seems like a bigger threat than Mitsunari. Honestly, also feels like we have a better, like, counter against her. Or we just counter her better. So, like, I'm not that imposed for immediately going after her. It's just that we will have to probably manage free defense, or we have to probably defend 3 cities. But even if she does take one of them, like, that just means her 6 are going to be spread across 2 nations, and that's going to be a bit more manageable, honestly. So, let's look. Is this the right team? Do we want to bring someone of these guys? Or you can't delegate them, it's just... Oh yeah, it's because Kiyomasa's here that we can't delegate there. So, is any of them viable for that battle? Water's pretty good. We could choose to bring someone instead of Ludicolo. The dark typing of Shiftry is quite good though. Well, it feels like they were higher leveled, but I could be mistaken on that. Oh wait, we could see literally what they had right there. Ironically, it doesn't really seem like Virision's that good here. Obviously, I think these 3 are definitely must brings. The rock typing here of Lycan Rock doesn't really seem that fantastic. So I'm gonna leave him on the bench for this one. We're gonna call reinforcements, obviously, and we're gonna bring Napoleon and you. Let's see how this pans out. We could lose this, honestly. Like, that wouldn't be immensely surprising. I think we are kind of punching up our weight here, but Well, we'll see. We'll see. We're gonna win. It's so obvious. It's not obvious. It's not obvious at all. Yeah, so this map also has a bunch of, you wave crash instead of hydro pump. Which I think you usually have hydro pump. This is actually like real nice for shift tree because they're all in, like all shift tree's targets are just kind of there in a row. I think you might lose some stats if you use the wave crash, so I'm probably not going to use that if it's not necessary. It's also fine if they just decide to line up. Oh yeah, you use a poison type move, that could be a little troublesome. Should use Blaze Kick. Alright, the idea kind of stands that if we do this, he won't be able to move over to shift tree. Honestly, Nidoking's probably the most threatening monster on his team. Okay, he can and just kills. Yeah, that didn't pan out at all. Unless the volcano hits for like great damage, then we're in a pretty shit situation. It wouldn't even kill you, jeez. Oh yeah, that fucks us. $20 damage is so much. Alright, Nidoking getting hit is pretty good. Inferno dying here would have been horrific. Alright, this at least kills. Alright, honestly, I think the big part is that the Shifter died, like, immediately, and that really screwed us over. Because that, both the guys is gonna do a lot of damage. God, please hit the Decidueye, like, slightly boost the speed of like wild Pokemon, okay. Oh, that's horrific. He's gonna kill it, probably. Damn. At least the Polion got a good power up, but... Now, I don't know if they get or boosted by that, like, by a great deal. Oh, they definitely did. Actually, like, you didn't. You were 19 before. I don't remember you being 21 exactly, but... This Decidueye was like 13%, so... That definitely came back to bite us in the butt. Alright, Like and Rock, you go over there, and I guess I'll put you on Delegate. And see what happens. Alright, it didn't attack us, so, yeah. We unfortunately failed to beat them. And it is probably because Shiftry died too quickly. And we didn't have a great answer in the Nidoking. That Nidoking is just tough. We don't have a very strong water type for that. But yeah, still, it's not impossible, I think, but they are quite a bit tougher than us. But yeah, everyone, if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!